1, 2.
How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Thank you so much for doing it.
Thank you for having me. We're neighbors.
We're neighbors. All right.
I'm going to come over and bug you and Vinny and his girl.
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
Party night.
Oh, we actually have. We're rolling. I get so paranoid. I just fuck it up. We've been having game nights, which I've never done.
Oh, Vinny's a big gamer.
He's a big gamer.
He loves to play games.
So that's been fun. Who am I? I lived in a tiny studio apartment for 10 years, and I was like, no one's allowed here.
Where did you live?
In Los Feliz.
That's where I just literally sold. So there we are.
There? I loved it there.
Where were you at?
It was the beginning, which some people are like, that's Hollywood. But it was Franklin and Kingsley.
I don't know what that is. I think that's farther down by House of Pies. Past House of Pies is here. You're over here.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Exactly there.
All right.
I loved it there.
It's good. It's a little east.
Mm-hmm.
I love to be kind of by the factory and the store in between there. That's where I used to live.
Yeah.
But it's crazy times, Mandy.
It is.
I drive down the street. I don't know how good you know LA, but so many for rent and lease signs. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like Pink Taco's holding up. But so many more. Just it's sad.
It is sad. Definitely like I haven't been in a minute, but every time I go down to Santa Monica.
Do you want to look at you more? I like going like this. Is that cool?
Yeah, right? I keep going like this. It's like a new setup, and it's just like a giant crotch shot.
Oh.
So just a heads up for however you want to sit. But trying to get the views up, so whatever.
It's 2023. I can't comment on that.
Oh, yeah. The Duncan lid has screwed me before. You could put wherever. You could put this out if you want.
The problem with Duncan is it fucking leaks.
It does. I love it. But I had to take it off, the other lid off a few episodes ago because I got Duncan and we got a leaker.
Yes.
I got to step it up. I've been being a cheap ass and been going to McDonald's for coffee.
You know what? They got a good coffee.
Right?
They got a good coffee.
And it's $1.
And it's $1. It's not a bad coffee. But it's yeah, they stepped their game up.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever go to Runyon?
No. I wanted to make a joke and it's not 1998. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, but it should still be.
I love that park. I lived by Griffith Park for so many years and I just I didn't take advantage of it enough. I used to golf up there, but I don't know. Runyon is like good, I guess, for hiking, but it's literally like a nightclub with a hiking trail.
That's why I've never done Runyon.
Yeah.
I always did Griffith because I was right there too.
You would definitely be bothered. People would bug you. Hey, you should go heel toe. Like heel toe? Because like your hiking stance.
Oh.
Like, is it hard? It's just, I know this is your pod, but it's hard being a woman. Like with guys that are with the dumb questions. It's got to be hard, right?
I think you just go, and then you just. That's how I handle it. And then just run the other way.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's sad, but funny.
Yeah, so that's my tool. Feel free to use it. Just one. And then just stare after the laugh, and then they run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's. I love this area. I feel like it's going in now. I love this whole area. I'm deciding if I'm going to stay living right here or not. But I'm always going to live in LA. But personally, I think we're going to need I think we're going to need a place to escape.
Yeah.
Because I'm serious. Like I think like
you should. Yeah, I get it.
It's wild how just different this town is since I moved here in the late '80s. And it's beautiful. I love it. This is my home.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been driving like almost every night after a show, and I just take another drive, and I'm just like, wow.
It's changed since I've been here for 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen it change a little bit, but I can't only imagine that long. What's the biggest difference? Just like homeless people or everything?
No, we've always had homeless people, and that's unfortunate, and we got to get better and help them and fix that issue. But I think tech, like my buddy was saying last night, he was like, dude, it's progress, it's evolution, things change. Like there's no need for certain things anymore. But there's just like landmarks of like across, just like that are just closed. It says for lease, and I don't know if you notice it. If you just drive down Sunset from Doheny to La Brea and tell me how many signs you see.
Yeah,
it was not. You didn't used to be like that, and like some of them went out of business because of COVID, which is sad, and some of them are just outdated. Mm-hmm. But it's done. I feel it's barren. It used to be night, be people around all night. I just feel like after 11 o'clock, the streets are dead.
Yeah, it's weird.
Right?
It is way empty. But then I'm like, everyone's broke. And then you'll go look in the mail area and it's just Amazon boxes. And I'm like, oh, maybe they're not broke.
Yeah. I think people are more isolated. They're staying within their little pods. I think we're becoming more insulated as a society. And look, you don't need to do half of the shit you had to do back in the day. You didn't have to go and send me a tape and mail it and do a headshot. And, you know what I mean? And you don't have to go, and you can just send a link to your set, and someone likes you, they'll book you. And so it's really convenient, but it's just, I don't know. I get a little nostalgic. I'm trying to think of certain stuff that is gone, but there's just little restaurants like Mirabella. It was a great spot. You could go till 2 a.m. and Italian food. And then next to it, there's this, used to be a cigar bar that's closed, and just little things like that.
Mm-hmm. My favorite, so you lived in Los Feliz. I loved going to the Vista Theater and the Vita Cafe across from it.
Yes, it's great.
That was like my first place that I would go write. I was so green. I had no clue what I was doing. I was just alone. I moved out here alone. And I would just go to this coffee shop and sit near the mirror and just write. And I was like, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. That's another one that's gone. And I know. And if you go to certain places, you can't sit in them. There's some you can, but you can't. Yeah. There's certain places that are just takeout only now. And listen, we have to evolve, and we're going to get better. It's like things are going to get more convenient, but it's also just a little dystopian.
I agree. The worst thing, I think, since COVID and all of that stuff is that they're holding on to no one will let me use their restroom.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, you got to have a code. Well, there's a lot of people that could blow that thing up.
Let me blow it up.
You know what I mean?
Not like that.
You would, yeah. All you need to do is just go in for a second. But people will set up a shop there. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna the Coffee Bean by Sunset. Here's how crazy it is. That Coffee Bean by Sunset in Doheny across from the Supreme store, which used to be Tower Records. That's like a last stand coffee shop, and they're pretty regimented with their bathrooms. And it's like, they used to leave the furniture out all night, and I'm like, why don't you leave it out? They're like, people stole it. I mean, you could just chill there till midnight back and they have a coffee, and you could sit there after midnight if you came from the store and just, let me write this idea down. Or no, you can't now.
Damn it.
Because of a lot of reasons, but people, this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, they're ruining it.
Yeah.
Now I know why my mom would always say that.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
Do you think I should not now because it's too much work. These maybe the chairs need to go towards each other more. Yeah,
because I'm looking out there, and I'm a narcissist, and I'm like thinking, here's my angles, and then I give you, but then it's your show, so I should be like this. But then I'm like, okay, but so I'm giving you a little half and half.
Yeah, I get a half and half.
But you get it, because we're trying to give your audience the love.
Yeah.
I should have shaved. I apologize.
No, you look great. Also, I didn't introduce you, Jamie Kennedy, everybody.
I like that. I just start talking to people. I'd say, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Let people discover it. You know what I mean? Because it's like this person is this person. It's just like fucking.
Yeah, I never
whatever.
do that. I'm just gotta go.
But this is your show. I'll just answer questions.
No, just keep talking to me.
Do you like that? Where are you from? You want me to ask you some questions? Where are you from?
Oh, roles are reversed. We're gonna do Misery Loves Jamie. We gotta change it.
Are you miserable?
No, but okay. So the point of the podcast,
Yes.
why I did the podcast,
Yes.
is because I love doing. The best thing to me about stand up is that when something really shitty happens, we can make jokes out of it.
Yes.
So
Totally.
Fuck them. You don't have to look at them. I'm just kidding. Sometimes I will look into their eyes.
Boom. So you've had some miserable. Yeah, obviously you want to turn shit into gold.
Yeah, but a lot of people call me out for it because I'm a very happy person.
You are.
But it's a play on Misery Loves Company. I thought Misery Loves Mandy sounds good, and I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
Even though people, and I'm like, what's your credit? In LA, you have a podcast so that you have a credit to get brought on up.
Really?
No, but it is funny.
That's so. Well, let me tell you, when I started in the late 80s, I didn't have any credit. I had actually one credit. I was an extra in a good movie, so that looked good, but not that they could check it. But I always lied. Mm-hmm. I lied my ass off, and they could never check it. So it's just enough lying to get you into the door. Mm-hmm. But, oh, God, the credit. That's so crazy.
They always ask, what's your credit?
Here's my credit. You'll build up your name. You're building up your followers. That's your credit.
That's my credit.
I don't think we're going to need to worry about credits as much because I think it's just everyone's going to build their own little kingdoms. You know what I mean? Like right now, you're building the Mandys.
Yeah.
The Mandyisms. The Mandarins. The Mandizzles.
The
Mandeezies.
Hey!
You know what I'm saying? This fucking fake plan is touching my head.
I hate that plan. Let me tell you about that fucking plan.
This whole podcast is meta. We're commenting on everything.
We got everyone get your goggles on. I've never bought a fake plant in my life, but I thought, that one's not going to get enough sun. Because so I thought maybe get a fake one and not worry about it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Just rip that. Just push it down.
It's annoying.
Is it touching you? Look how light it is. You can tell.
It's massage. I didn't know it was a bug or I was like, oh, it's a fucking.
Is it better now?
Target plant, but not a real Target plant.
It's even better.
Yes.
Amazon. It's all.
Amazon plant.
It's horrible. It's like in really awkward height. So it's on foam that Vinny gave me to do sound insulation.
Yeah, can I tell you, your studio looks better than mine. Let me tell you, it's funny because I have so much shit in my studio, and I was thinking about this because I'm like getting ready, and I'm like, I gotta do this, but you're so sweet. I don't know you, but I've met you twice or once at the show. I feel like I met you before. And then Aaron hit me up. He's like, Mandy wants to do pod. I was like, okay, you could just hit me up directly. But I was like, okay.
I was out with Aaron that night.
And so, and he's, I like Aaron a lot. He's so sweet. So I was like, okay, of course, I'll do your pod. And then I'm like thinking about it. And I'm like running over here and I'm just looking at my studio and how I got to like declutter it. And I was thinking, you probably get more views than me.
No.
I bet you do.
I don't get a lot of views. It's new.
How many episodes you had done?
38.
That's great. Here's why I say that because by the way, I'm always early with people. So just remember me. Like I've done a lot of podcasts. I'm not going to name names where they needed a guest and I'm the early guy. And I've done that with TV shows. I was one of the early guests on Ellen.
Really?
Very early. And I was the second guest ever at Jimmy Kimmel. What's up?
Wow.
And I was on it for a while. And then once they get big, I'm like, yo, remember? And they're like, I got to call you back. Like,
what?
Yeah. It's like, unless you have like a huge, there's a big line, if you have to be like a right movie to promote or something. They've always been good to me. But I am saying I have been early on a lot of things. So here you go, Mandy.
I appreciate
You're
it.
the next
so
Kimmel
happy.
Ellen.
Oh, wow. Well, hopefully, like a nicer Ellen.
Ellen's good.
I don't know anything about it.
I know. So you can't say that.
I should see.
Because
you're right.
This is a good example. And I'm not like chiding you. I'm just saying it's like, I've never seen that side. I'm sure it's an intense life that she has, but she's actually one of the people that give me one of my early breaks.
Aww.
But people do talk about stuff because they just hear it, but they don't know.
Yeah.
I know.
A lot of people say it, which makes me believe it more, but you're very right. And that is something, one thing I'm like what like drives me crazy is I'm always like judging myself in a good way, but in like checking myself.
Check.
But that's like a true thing. Like if you don't know it firsthand, don't say it.
Yeah, we live in a world where people just they repeat stuff and they don't know why. I mean, I do it too. And then you're like, oh shit, you know. I mean, that's what's wild about the world right now. People are mad. Sometimes don't even know why they're mad.
Mm-hmm. You're getting a lot of funny ass heckler videos.
Oh God. Well, you like them?
Yeah.
See, because it's funny because how can I say this? I'm trying not to go off on a tangent here.
You can go off.
Is that I love social media. Social media will be the great deterrent. My brother, who's a kind of a genius, is a genius, and he worked in Wall Street. He was also an engineer. He went to Penn. Very smart guy, but like, you know, socially awkward. And in 2005, I was getting all my DVDs, and I was taking all my tapes to DVDs. And he said, why are you doing that? And I said, well, because I'm going to have everything on DVDs and then give them to, you know, casting people and stuff. And he's like, your business is going to need a lot more help than you giving your DVDs to casting people. And I said, why? And he told me this almost 20 years ago. He's like, because everyone's going to have a platform and everyone is just going to be fighting for eyeballs.
He was spot on.
And I was like, shut up. No. I earned my spot. He's like, dude, just accept it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no. And so I fought that, and I shouldn't have, but I knew early on, because he knew, he saw it. And so what's great about that is it's a little precursor to what you're saying, is that what's great about it is that it's giving everybody a voice. So young Mandy here doesn't have to be in a movie or whatever. You can get 200,000 followers, start selling 500 tickets a night, and you can have your own Mandy army.
One day.
And that's beautiful. No, you can and you will.
Thank you.
And what the social media is democratized it for all of us. But you know, the bad thing is that now everybody has a voice and everybody has an opinion. And some people really should just have their, you know, lips glued together.
I agree.
And so I made a movie called Heckler about 16 years ago.
I've seen it.
Thank you. And I didn't really do much, but now it's becoming more and more. And this huge rant unto nothingness was, it's funny. I talk to older comics. I talk to younger comics. I think putting your comedy on is so important. Like, put your clip on. If you have an idea and you think it's good and it gets a good response, put it out there, because somebody from Ohio is thinking the same thing. Mm-hmm. And so you got to just beat everybody to the punch. That's why I think first to market. And it doesn't matter, because if a clip works, a clip works. I don't think there's going to be specials anymore. I mean, they will be, but I think clips are the way. So I like it when people put comedy up. I like it when people put crowd work up. There's a lot of people saying that crowd work now is training audiences to talk.
Remember we talked about this at the Comedy Store.
Yes, and how you said that. You were early with that. I've heard that since you said that to me. And how it's like people think they're part of the show. And so, but with me, I'm glad I don't do that either. I either put up a bit, I can crowd work if I want, but I have too much to say. So I'm like, I want to get my thoughts out, but I like crowd work. But my whole thing is I just get heckled a lot. And I think I know why. And I just put them out there. And I think that's a good niche for me.
I mean, if it happens, and it happens. It's not like crowd work where you're asking for it. They're giving it to you.
Yes.
So there's no stopping it. You have to deal with it.
No.
The camera's rolling. You have to deal with it. Why not just post it?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's great. And I think that I put out heckles because that's like a good angle for me. Mm-hmm. And people just, no offense. I mean, it's usually, you know, women.
Darn it, I knew you were going to say that.
In their late 30s, early 40s. Some younger.
Yeah.
Because you know why, though? If a dude heckles, it's on.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like fair game.
Well, no, it's on. It's like, he's like, what's up? Like, dudes will like, how are we going to figure this out? Do you know what I mean? It could get physical.
Oh, and
but women, it's not going to get physical.
They were just wanting to say our opinion when we shouldn't. Too loud.
Well, it's many reasons. People get offended. People, people are just entitled. We also do comedy shows now in unorthodox places, so people don't understand the rules. I had this lady, she was messaging me, and she was saying how much, she said, she distracted the whole show. And I didn't want to, because it was a really remote city, I didn't want to, ruin her experience. We've been through a lot in this world. I want people to have a good time. I don't want anyone to get kicked out of my show, and it never really happens unless it's, insane. Mm-hmm. And I said, she said, I just want to let you know that I enjoyed your show last night, but I think you went a little too far. And now most people wouldn't even read that message. But I said, oh, I'm so sorry. What happened? And she's like, well, you just went a little too far in your comments to me. And I'm like, do you remember your first 4 comments to me before I said anything? Never registered. Yeah. And then she was like, oh, I'm sorry that I ruined your show. But I'm like, you didn't ruin my show. You made my show was already great, and me roasting you, which I didn't plan on doing, people loved it more. So it's just, people just don't understand. Yeah,
and then also when alcohol is involved, and that doesn't help.
Yeah, a lot of people make poor choices with booze, and it's they get that bravery, but it's a different world. I mean, if I was working all day in a normal job and it was kind of soul sucking, and then I went out, I'd want to rage too.
Yeah. Do you remember that feeling? Or I always would have this in high school or college when you're like, I'm going to get fucked up tonight. And that's the one time you would think something and it would happen.
Yeah, I remember that in high school. I didn't go to college, but yeah, I remember that we had that. Yeah, I want to get fucked up.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I can't wait. And it's never a good feeling to have before you have a drink.
But it was fun. I had some good times.
It was definitely fun, but I mean, yeah.
Where'd you go to college?
I did not want to go, but I always wanted to move here. But I went to UCF in Central Florida.
Oh, shit. Are you from Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Really? I was by Are you by Ocala?
Oh, that's near Orlando.
Or by Odo? I was just in Orlando last week.
Really?
That's your hood?
That's where I went to college, and then my family's 3 hours south.
I love Orlando.
It's fun.
I could low-key live there. Not full-time, but it's fun, escapism. It's safe. Mm-hmm. I love it. I think Florida gets a very bad rap.
Right? I love going
very
home.
Bad rap. It's a lot of people. First of all, during the pandemic, I went there a lot, and people were wearing masks. Okay, a lot more than they said. A lot more people were vaxxed than they said. And whatever you want to do, that's your personal choice. And they were open, and the places I went to were so precautious. So Florida is amazing, and there's a lot of new spots I'm discovering because they're these one-nighters and stuff, and Ocala's amazing. And just Destin's amazing. I just had an amazing show there. So I'm all about your state.
Oh, thank you. That doesn't happen often.
Because people are ignorant.
Yeah.
And by the way, let them think that way.
Stay
More
out.
room for you.
Yeah.
And me, because I love it there.
I love it too.
Panama City, I've had some of my greatest times in my life there.
Oh yeah, me too.
But oh geez, we saw that, right? Did everybody see that? Oh yeah.
We go wild.
But what's great is I did my show, The Jamie Kennedy Experiment, and I did a whole week down there. So I had personally great times and professionally great times.
That's great. Yeah. My brother and
I'm talking too much. I'm sorry.
What do you mean? No, you're not. Chug the coffee. My brother and I loved watching that show. And we'd get in the pool and we'd go, bathroom break.
Yeah. That was a fun one.
That's, I think, yeah. That's a good
Imagine
one.
doing that. Okay, so this is what I'll tell you that story. So she's talking about a bit. We would go to places. So we took Panama City, and the network's like, hey, you gotta do something crazy. And the WB was trying to be like MTV. Mm. So they say, you gotta go to spring break. You gotta do some shows. So we looked at Panama City as like the Mecca.
Yeah.
And we went down there for 2 weeks. It was incredible. I stayed on the beach, and we just wrote a bunch of pranks around what was happening. And it was just like, so we would do that in places. So we did that in Vegas, and we were the The Palms Hotel. You familiar with that?
I mean, it sounds familiar.
There
but-
was the very after the Hard Rock was like the first sexy resort. The Palms became the second one. It was like, you know, in the early 2000s, it was like, you know, the first show to shoot there was reality, was Real World. And then mine was the second. And the brothers who owned the Palms, Adrian Malouf and the sister, that's Adrian, she's on the Housewives, but they own Core. They own a lot of Cores. They own a lot of stuff. They own this hotel and they own the Sacramento Kings. Mm-hmm. And they said, take the hotel and spend 2 weeks here shooting a bunch of stuff. And then WB's like, okay.
Yeah.
And so we did this bit about the pool where I was a lifeguard and everyone's in. And I said, hey, guys, everybody get out. I have to have a small bathroom break. And everyone got out.
And there was a lot of people.
A lot of people. And then I go into the pool. And then I go to the bathroom.
It's so funny.
It's a fun one.
It's so good. Everyone pees in the pool, too.
Everybody does. It was a fun one.
Oh.
But just think about it. Like, that we would do that. We would shoot all day. And then we would go at night. We'd eat a huge steak dinner. And then we'd go party. And then we go night. Imagine that with no cell phones, Mandy. And nobody talking about where you're at. And we used to have the best time. And none of it was documented.
That's perfect. Nothing in Panama should be documented.
Nothing. Exactly.
Besides the show.
I'm trying to think, like, I had such good times in Panama City. Damn. They fucking, people ruined it now.
Yeah,
they ruined it.
There's too many phones. They'll get you.
But by the way, we're not doing anything. Me and her, we had a great time. Okay. But we just don't need you to know what we did.
Exactly. It's
right?
none of your business.
Yes.
None of your freaking business.
Only because people aren't chill like us.
That's true.
So they would be like judgy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like there was a time where you would do 3 shots of Jägermeister. You know what I mean? And, you know, there might have been a bachelorette party or a visiting ASU, you know, sorority. You know what I mean? These things happen.
And you may have to puke to then drink more.
Yeah, this happens.
And then you just keep going and going.
And afterwards, you just have a burrito.
Oh, I love burritos. I think burritos are my favorite food. You hit a spot.
When you're like, oh, I love burritos.
I literally could eat a burrito every day.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Are you Espanol?
No.
Oh, okay. I like burritos.
Yeah. Martino. It's
when's the
Italian, but people think I'm
when's the pod gonna start?
Oh shit! Welcome to the Misery Loves Mandy podcast with Jamie Kennedy.
We're
everybody,
having such a good time.
We're having so much fun. This is my Starbucks cup.
Great cup.
Thanks. You get points. I'm a big pointer. I think it comes with the white skin. You like to collect points and get free stuff.
Might want to delete that. That could. Okay, that's.
Everyone loves cups. All races.
Everybody
love
loves cups, guys.
I'm so sorry.
Everybody loves cups.
Everyone is allowed to love cups.
Yes.
It's
100%.
Okay, so we'll do this segment, the weekly wiener, because
she texted me that this morning. She's like, Jamie, I forgot to tell you. I need to know what your weekly wiener is. I didn't even have my first Dunkin' yet. I'm like, aren't you with Matty? Like, what are you? Hey, who's your weekly wiener? I was like,
I think that everyone should be allowed to talk about wieners.
Yeah.
So.
That's a sweet way of saying that. Who's the asshole that pissed you off this week? Like, well, I texted you back, and I hate pods with homework, and because it's like you have to think. And my life is too crazy, and your life is crazy. But I get pissed off all the time. I rant. What's my weekly wiener? Does it have to be a person?
So it could be anything. Like, I actually have a person this week. I could go first if
You can go
while you
first.
think.
Go
but
first.
I say like things, anything. Like when someone parks in 2 parking spots, that's a fucking wiener.
Yeah.
Total.
It's annoying wiener. That's not like a angry wiener.
They don't have to be any kind of wiener. More like I think wieners are ones that they piss you off more than they should.
Yeah, but I thought you were talking about a big angry wiener.
Well, if you have one in mind.
I don't, but I run into them a lot. So
Right?
I thought
Okay.
if you start with your wiener.
Yeah, I'll tell you mine. Mine I met last week. So a lot of times it minor things with this lady. So I'm at the gym and I go in the sauna.
Go to the gym. There's not a gym here?
There's a little one, which is so nice.
What gym do you go to? You can't say?
I can say, which, this is my
There's
one
a lot
thing.
of them.
I go to Equinox.
How often do you go to the gym?
I go a lot. That's why it's worth it.
All right.
And, everyone, I've always been a gym person. Not that I have to justify why I spend Equinox money. But before that, I did CrossFit because I was a tool bag. And
you really are fit. You're really into fitness.
I love fitness.
I love fitness too, but man, wow, that's a commitment. These are expensive fit.
Well,
you got the park right here. You can run up, climb a tree.
I've chilled.
Okay.
But
good for you.
CrossFit, I worked the front, so it was free.
Oh.
But when I moved here, I was like, oh, CrossFit's expensive. Everything was expensive. Equinox is cheaper than CrossFit.
Yeah.
All of those classes. But so this wiener was at a fancy gym, which I think is important to say.
Totally. A lot of wieners at gyms.
There's so many moments there. So I'm in the sauna, and I was kind of in a pissy mood for no reason. You know, when you just wake up that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, let me work out. And when I'm in a bad mood, I'll go in the sauna because it chills me out. And I'm like, okay, this is good. I'm feeling better. Right when I get in there, it's just me and this one other lady. She's pacing naked. And she's like... she just starts there's this spray bottle with a eucalyptus spray that smells really good. Ooh, it's so nice.
But it's in your area.
It
got sprayed in your area.
No, I wouldn't mind that.
Okay.
Just wait for this.
All right.
So she goes, these workers, they pretend like they don't know English. I asked for this bottle, and they were just and then she was doing a very offensive accent. I'm I start awkwardly laughing because I wasn't expecting this. And then she's finally got it. Took her forever. And then she's like, I don't smell it. She undoes the spray and starts pouring the bottle all over the sauna.
The rocks.
It's like a liquid that just smells good.
No, but is it on the hot rocks?
Oh, no, just on the floor, which people could slip.
Okay.
Right on the floor.
It's a wood sauna or an infrared sauna?
It's the steam. It's a steam
sauna.
Steam sauna.
So she was racist in the sauna.
She was so racist.
Sauna racist.
Sauna racist.
Wow. Steam racist.
Yeah.
So she was complaining about the work. So it wasn't the eucalyptus that ruined it for you.
It was her.
It was the racism.
It was just her as a whole person because she wouldn't stop. And I couldn't stop laughing. And then she keeps going, this isn't funny because I'm laughing because I don't know what else to do.
Were you mad at her or you were mad that she was saying these workers?
I was mad that I was trying to relax.
Okay.
And she's talking to me in the sauna.
Okay, so it wasn't, but of course you said, I thought it was about the workers. These workers don't speak English.
Well, that's what triggered me to know this is a bad person.
Okay.
That was already clear from the get-go. But the fact that she just kept talking and talking. And also, the workers there are on it. I probably stayed in there for 10 minutes. She didn't stop once. And then she started asking why I'm laughing. And then she goes into saying how she lives in New York and LA. And she also has a place in Florida. And go to the breakers, which means this bitch is real wealthy.
So she's dropping.
She's
dropping fucking names.
Yeah, she's dropping. I'm like, I'm just trying to sit and quiet here. And I just got out, and that was
your wiener.
That was my wiener.
Sounds like she could be a douchebagette.
Yeah, a total douchebagette.
You like that?
Yeah,
you can
come
use
up with
that.
that?
I've had that because I think there's a lot of girls and females that are douchebags.
Yeah.
That guys are douchebags. But a douchebag, do you know what a douchebag is?
Yeah, of course.
Remind me to tell you my thing because you just spurred a thought.
Okay.
That seemed like you were more annoyed. You weren't angry, but you were annoyed.
Yeah, wiener.
She just sounded like a douchebagette.
Total douchebagette.
What is a douchebag to you?
As a person or an item? As a person.
As a dude.
As a dude, a douchebag.
I'll tell you what I think a douchebag is, but after you. And then I have to tell you my story.
Douchebag. 2 words. A douchebag is someone who's cocky. I think they're definitely cocky. I picture if we're gonna stereotype like a frat guy, a bad version of a frat guy, douchey.
That's one version.
I just picture someone who's cocky and rude and arrogant.
A douchebag. Here, I started thinking about this. I'm talking to you because you made me think of that. And there's douchebagettes now, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
A douchebag to me is basically somebody that really doesn't have a personality.
Ooh.
So they rely on items, whether they're clothes or cars or money, to impress people, females, or whatever. Their lot in life, and they're like, and there's no kind of in the simplest way. A douchebag, I've been thinking about this, is a person that's really not self-aware.
Okay. Yes.
And there's a lot of guys that get called douchebags, and it's rightfully so. I mean, back in the day, it used to be like Affliction and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Ed Hardy to the side. Mine's not totally to the side. But I forgive that. But and the douchebagettes now are these. I say this is these women that have no personality, and like they just rely. Like I was at a restaurant last night. I haven't gone out for a while. And there was 3 girls. Maybe they're very nice. I couldn't tell their age. They were either 21 or 51. Because it's all the same face.
It's so true these days.
I can't fucking tell. And the bitch, the shit's not moving, okay? And this girl's sipping, just looking around, and her friend is filming her, but I didn't even know. Like, literally influencing. Like, that's a term. Like, it's a verb. And I don't know enough about them, so, I silently judge them. And they were fine, but I don't know how personal. You have to have a personality. If you don't have a personality and self-awareness, you're a douchebag. So, like, it sounds, you know what I'm saying. That,
yeah.
If people are trying to be too cool for school, like, I was looking like some people are posting some Coachella pictures, and it's okay if it's normal, but I was thinking about this. Now you got me crazy.
Good.
I was in this restaurant, and there's so many people taking pictures in front of the sign to let people know that they were at the restaurant. And I'm like, that's our culture now. We have to show people that we are cool. And I hate it. Be cool because what you do, not because of what you think people want to see. Anyway, I digress. I apologize.
No, don't apologize.
But you just made me think of something. And this is not going to be popular with a lot of people. People are going to get mad. So I've had a lot of shitty jobs. And I think I've earned my place in life. I didn't go to college. I took a lot of chances. I've, worked hard. I got some breaks. I was lucky too. All of it, right? So I believe I can say this with confidence. There's something that's changed in the workplace. If you go to a restaurant or a coffee shop or stuff, this is a fucking wiener of the month. A wiener of the year. I fucking hate. And if you work at a coffee shop and you don't if you don't agree with this, then quit. Coffee shop, restaurant. I was at a very nice hotel the other day. And there was 4 beautiful people. And they were talking, and it wasn't that busy yet. And they were so loud. Oh my God, did you see this? Oh, let me tell you. Ooh, girl. And then the guys are, oh, really? Like, yeah. Like, did you see? If you're louder than the clientele who's paying good money to sit there, to chill, to work, to write, that's a problem. And I feel like our culture now is like people that are working are louder and more obnoxious than the clients. And you have to tell me how you feel about that. But I was raised, it's like, yo, you're a worker, you go in, you grab the plates, you shut the fuck up, boom. And people enjoyed their experiences. That's gone. I can't tell you how many places I go to relax, and it's not relaxing. Am I
agree.
Crazy?
No. That is spot on.
That's a weekly wiener, but that wiener never goes down. That wiener's always up.
Get that wiener away.
Every week I'm running into that wiener.
That's a really good wiener.
Yeah.
That's a perfect wiener.
And it's like, people are going to take that the wrong way, and it's because you don't understand, because you don't realize that what people are paying. If you're paying good money to sit in a nice coffee shop, you don't want people yelling or it's just so loud. I don't want to hear your business. Have spatial awareness. So many people don't have spatial awareness.
No. I agree. That's good. And it used to be.
I'll probably get hollered at because, you know.
I don't even think that that's messed up at all. At all.
Well, it will be because we live in a place now where people are paying. I just realized I was unverified before I came here on Twitter and I laughed. I'm going to do a whole rant about it later.
Do you mind leaving?
Yeah, exactly. Because I hold the whole rant. Like, if you're just paying, like, if everybody's special, nobody's special. But it's like, you know, I'm not going to pay because I think that's like I earned my space in my field. That's why I got it.
Yeah.
So it's fine, but I don't need to pay. If people know me, they know me. If they don't, they don't.
I think it's good, though, just so you know it's a real account.
They got to take the chance.
I think
but that's what I'm saying.
Messaging me.
That's Jamie. But people are now paying now to say they are this. I'm a fucking expert in the field of douchebaggery. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Yeah, this is so funny. My friend freaked out because it was the day that Instagram did that. You started seeing tons of people pop up with the verifications, and it's like it typically was people who I'm not surprised did it.
What does that mean? What are you saying?
So, did you see what Instagram did with the verifications versus Twitter?
When it was blue,
they made it to where you can pay $15 a month on Instagram to be verified.
I still have mine. I didn't pay.
They didn't. So if you had
but now Twitter, I just literally before I walked in here, when a guy's like, "Yo, you just lost your blue check mark," and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." So I lost it on Twitter, but is Instagram going to do that?
That's what we're assuming because they did the first step, which was to make people pay. So
I haven't paid yet.
You shouldn't have to pay though. Don't pay. Oh my God, Jamie, you got to lean this way. Look, you're out of the frame.
Instagram is doing what? Have I been out the whole time?
I hope not. It just goes to like a little past the chair.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, this is my fault. No, come back.
Instagram is charging people now.
See, it looks nice, but is it functionable? My dad did this.
He did?
He came to visit and helped.
He's so sweet.
I know.
Yeah, this is nice. So wait, you got...
Okay. Instagram. Wait, are we talking about that?
I don't know. We were talking about the wieners. We can move on.
Okay.
It's up to you.
But the verification on Instagram, it's $15 a month to be verified. Like I could be verified.
That's new too?
They just did it like last week.
I am not paying, but I still have my blue check mark. So I'm going to lose my blue check mark.
So we don't know if they're going to do what Twitter did or not. To where they're going to, if you had it, you're good. But if not, or if they're going to take it
So you know what my rant is? Why don't we just pay to get a part in a movie?
Oh.
Why don't we just pay to win an award?
Yeah.
Why don't we just pay for good reviews?
Right? There you go. It just started small. It started with the likes. It started with the followers. It started like everything's going to just
if everything's just about money, let's just do that then. But it's like, you know.
No! It has to stop. It has
It's only going to get worse.
I guess we'll just focus on ourselves and then just try to get better and ignore it all.
You got to play the game.
Yeah. And
just, you're doing it right. You're self-starter.
All right.
It's important.
Woo! Thank God. No! I need a 3-camera setup.
Because it's like this. I'm sitting here talking to you, but it's weird for me to do this, so I'd rather just do this.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, that's good. Your neck's gonna hurt, and you'd be like, God damn it, Mandy.
What's your next segment?
Okay, so I like to, let's see. Okay, so we'll just do one. So I like to talk about like a moment in life that you made into a joke. That miserable is pretty strong, but like a not happy moment that turned into a joke, or one that didn't turn into a joke.
A not happy moment.
Or thing, like...
I have a lot of them. I have to think about it. Do you want to start again?
Yeah, I'll tell you my main one. I don't think you know this about me. But I pee the bed sometimes.
Really?
Will you still be my friend?
Like right now?
I've peed about 4 times. No. So I have I'll explain myself.
Okay.
You can't tell because your glasses are yellow. That was so nice of you to make me feel better. So kind. He's a kind guy.
Try to be.
So I have a bit about peeing.
Yes.
And that's miserable because that's no fun. I found out in college when I would drink, or high school. I say college because sometimes I started drinking when I was 15. Florida. I would drink too much and I would wake up and the bed would be wet.
Okay.
And that was awful. Like waking up at like a boyfriend's or something and you'd be like, you actually have to wake this person up and be like, I pissed your bed.
So wait, you do you still drink?
Yeah, but not like that amount.
So you drank. Would you just say it was because you drank a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
But mixed with I went to the doctor and I have a bladder issue called an overactive bladder.
Overactive. Okay.
So it's very active. I like working out and so does my bladder. I've never said that before. That's not one of my jokes I'm trying to sneak in.
I'm sorry, but that's okay.
I'm fine. It doesn't have.
Do you sleep with a sheet? No.
It's been a long time.
As much as you have it if you drink.
Yeah. Well, sometimes if I drink too much coffee or something like that.
Exacerbates it.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's like a miserable thing that I turned into a long joke.
Urinating in the bed.
Urinating.
I mean, I have a lot of them. I'm trying to think of a good one for you.
Any.
About things that were bad. Man. I mean, I could go simple. I could go. I mean, I that's what I do in the beginning of my act, but I'm trying not to do the joke anymore because I did it. But I do like self-depreciating humor to kind of ingratiate the audience to me. And then once they see that I'm, feel like I'm not trying to be so cool, then I got them. And then I can go and slowly indoctrinate them into my beliefs. And that's how I sell my jokes. So you give them a little tickle.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, and they're giggling. And then they're all vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you can start hitting them with some uncomfortable truths.
Ooh, I like that.
So like a simple joke it's true. I mean, but it's a basic one I do is like, I do get recognized and it's like people yell, yo, what's up, Malibu?
Does it happen a lot?
It does. They're like, yo, be rad, what's up, dude? Why didn't you shave, son? And then I'm like, thank you. And I tell that, I'm like, I remember that job, and then like I say, like, what if I did that to people? I just yelled out their jobs, but like, yo, what's up, Bed Bath & Beyond? Yo, Smoothie King, where you at?
It's good, so good.
DMV, but it's a simple thing of like, that was like, I don't know, that's not really that painful. I love being recognized, but I'm trying to think of one. But that's like an example of a lighter. I'm going to give you a deeper one. Let me think of a deeper one here. There's so many.
You go so dark, you just start crying. I'm like, no.
Well, what bit would you like? I used to have a girlfriend, and she was a little bit more high up on the food chain than me, and they wrote some stuff about me and on our relationship, and they would write about her, and they would say, boy, she hit the bottom of the barrel.
About you?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm really the bottom of the barrel. I mean, I think there's other people we could put at the bottom of that barrel.
Yeah.
I think, I'm just saying, I don't want to name the names now because I actually like the people, but I had a joke about a bunch of people that could get in that barrel before me. Maybe that wasn't a good one either.
No, that is a good one.
But it was like...
You know what you were talking about the other day that I forgot to bring up?
Go for it.
Was your Disney joke.
Oh, which one is that?
How Disney movies were so dark.
I did that joke?
Yeah, you're talking about Disney movies, and this lady in the audience, you're like, weren't Disney movies dark? And the lady disagreed. Like,
Is this a heckle?
Maybe. It was this weird lady in the front. And then after I went on and I was like Little Mermaid. Like I think you asked her like what Disney movie?
Was that the show that we did together?
Yeah, at the Comedy Store.
Oh, so she got mad because I did a Disney joke?
Yeah, it was something weird like that. And she disagreed that Disney movies were dark.
Disney movies are dark in the sense there's a lot. That's a whole other 10-hour podcast we can go down to. But I mean, I used to have a joke about that, but it's not really. If I tell you some shit, I haven't really worked it out yet. But I had go into some darker things about my life, but it just takes too long to tell you here because they're not totally formed out bits yet.
Yeah.
But I had a kidney operation, and that was a whole story. I wrote in my book, though.
Do you journal out?
I did, yeah. I took forever to do it, and I worked so hard in this book, and I'm so proud of it, and it sold about 4 copies. But people like it. Oh shit! You just made me think of something. What the fuck did you say? You said dark. Oh, here's I used to do a joke about this, which is just true. It's like if she doesn't believe that, it's like, why are Disney stars? Why are they so fucked up? There's a lot of reasons, but one of them was because they named them Disney on the Disney. They named girls on the Disney Channel stripper names. They'd be like, "All right, coming to the stage right now. She's got some attitude." That's so Raven. Coming to the stage right now. She likes to go right. It's Hannah Montana.
Oh, that one for sure.
Zach and Cody are up next.
And then it goes full circle for their lives. It's so true.
There's a lot of dark shit, hidden messages and shit, but Disney's one of them for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of subliminal messages.
Yeah.
You know about it. You can go on YouTube on that.
Yeah, there's
one.
a lot of them. They're all hidden.
Yes.
And the Wizard of Oz with the little.
Do you believe like that? Are you like, do you believe the world is much more behind the curtain? There's a lot of shit. I believe that all day.
My brother talks to me about it all
He's
the time.
older or younger?
Younger.
You know, I probably vibe with him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
How old is he?
He's 3 years younger, so he's 29.
29. So he's probably on the TikTok. That's why they want to ban TikTok, I think.
Really?
Because of people sharing information.
He's been like this for his whole life. He's always been like into this stuff.
Question it, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird shit, man. It's too long to talk about, but there's a lot of things that I think are very weird. Yeah. So the Disney shit is weird. I think there's a lot. Here's one dark thing about Disney. If you look at it, none of the parents, there's a lot of the protagonists in a lot of stuff always have a dead mother.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Or a divorced family. A lot of that. Look it up.
I didn't notice that.
Little stuff like that.
Sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
And Hallmark movies.
Is there a dead mother in Hallmark movies?
It always starts off with like the main females, someone died.
Really?
Always just death is the intro of them.
Wow. I did one Hallmark movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
Do you want to know what it was?
Yeah.
Do you want to know what I played?
Yes, tell me everything.
I did a Hallmark movie. Wonderful director by the name of Ron Oliver. Shout out Ron. And it was Jolie Fisher. She's a star. And it was a Valentine's Day movie. And it was a guy who had a matchmaking service. And my character's name was Vernon Gart. But really, Vernon was Cupid. So I played Cupid.
Wow, the whole time he was Cupid?
He was Cupid, and I was shaved, and my hair was all combed, and like it was a badge of honor because on Ventura by Coldwater, the Hallmark building is there, and they get you on a billboard, and I was able to be on that billboard, and that was like a rite of passage. And the head lady of Hallmark came out and said, you know, she was talking about all the movies for the next year, and she's like, yeah, and I got Jamie Kennedy's Cupid. She goes, I don't know what I'm doing, but hopefully it works. She said that.
I have to watch it.
It's a Hallmark movie.
I like them though.
You do?
Yeah.
Hopefully. Well, you and a couple of ladies named Sharon from Oklahoma will really like that.
My grandpa watches them and we'll talk about them.
But I had a good time, but I don't remember any death in that one.
Well, you got lucky because yours was maybe just so much love that they didn't need death in the beginning. It's all Cupid.
But there's a whole underground of Hallmark. But this whole pod has gone all over the place.
We really covered a lot of bases.
I pee my bag. Urinate. Hallmarks.
Yep. Disney.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I think we covered a lot.
We did. What's your last game you had? You fucking homework you had me do. You're like, can you just do this one segment? It's for Patreon.
Listen, everyone thinks I was a goody two shoe because I look basic, but that's just myself talking to myself.
Who thought you were a goody two shoe?
A lot of people will be like, "Oh, you weren't good at school." They'll be surprised when they hear that.
What?
I don't know why people think I'm smart or not. Actually, no one's ever said that. I mean, like, they're surprised when they hear I've had bad grades. Or not.
Oh, you had bad grades.
That was awful.
I mean, you said drinking at 15. I'm not surprised. You were urinating in your bed on boyfriends' heads.
Yeah, it's so true. You get it.
Doesn't strike me as a straight A student. You went to UCF. I mean,
after community college.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We all did a little time in the on the JUCO.
You got to get to CC.
Get that CC. That was one of my first jokes. Did you do a joke about that?
No.
I went to Delaware County Community College Correctional Coalition. It was so many C's. What did it cost to get to your college? For me, it was $10 and a number 2 pencil.
Mine was my dignity.
Wow. It was cheap.
Yeah.
Florida's probably even cheaper than Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry I did a joke. I did a joke there.
No, the jokes are good.
She said, tell a story. It wasn't a joke. I tried to think of something darker next time.
Okay.
Because it's like, I don't know. It's not worked out yet.
This is my fault. Yeah, I sent in the homework.
She sent me a homework like an hour before. She's like, by the way, here's some bullet points. Would you like to have? What are your views on this thing? Is this going to get 1,000 views?
I don't know.
I don't get a lot of views.
That would be the most views I would ever got.
I get a lot. I got views and then I got banned.
You got banned?
Not banned, but shadow banned. And here's how I'm going to tell you since you're new to this. My comments are what I call meaty. They're thick. People like go off on them about what they're watching, but the views are very light. So that means that people are seeing it, but they're just not being served to a lot of people because the people are commenting on it. So it's interactive, but it's fucked for me, but not you.
No, mine.
So having me on you is going to get you banned.
No, it's gonna help.
I don't know.
We'll be shadow banned together.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had 2 people who are shadow banned on so far. And I do think maybe Instagram wasn't a fan of them. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Instagram is hot and cold for me. I lost my monetization, but I still do good with views.
Mine is gone because I posted a picture of freaking Waterboy when he lifts and his shirt's off and he thought his man boobs. They thought his man boobs were girl boobs.
Why did you get banned for that?
Because they don't like man boobs on Instagram. And I got my TikTok taken away.
For what?
Black penis.
You put a black penis on your TikTok?
The guy that was trending during the quarantine, his big penis.
Oh, I forget his name. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
He
that
passed
poor
away.
family.
Well, wait a minute.
I covered it.
But you didn't show the dong. That wasn't a black penis. That was a work of art. That was engineering. That is a god. So wait a minute. So you didn't show the pee-pee.
So I guess, since it was such a work of art, I put a black chess piece over it. It was a Queen's Gambit.
That's funny.
It thought it was funny. I did a Queen's Gambit thing, and they still banned it.
All right, so let me ask you this. Now you got me thinking. Instagram used to pay, like if you got 10,000 views on your reel, you make like $86. And then they changed it, and then after that, after 100,000, you get like, it was bullshit, right? It's complete bullshit. They're fucking robbing us, okay? So I thought, if I get 100,000 views, make like $800. I was making money for a second, and they got mad because I put a black penis up. But so
everyone gets banned for that. Could you imagine? We all say the same thing.
So tell me this, because you are a female. Do you see a lot of ass on Instagram?
I don't see any ass on Instagram.
Yo, I just snitched on myself.
Wait,
I just snitched on myself.
That's so funny.
I swear. It gets sent to me, but I don't even. I looked at like one, like person, and it was nothing. I didn't like it.
Just saw it.
I didn't see it, and I felt like, come on. There's a lot of sex on the gram. Do you agree with this?
Yeah.
But you don't see it, though.
I don't see it.
What? But you know it.
I've seen other people's.
Okay. All right.
So I get it.
I just feel like, listen, and I've talked to a couple people, women and men, and they're like, yeah, my Explorer page. Maybe it is because we click on one and be like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. I feel that people are basically nude on Instagram and aggressively sexual and like the fact that you're telling me what you got banned for is so crazy because people are literally putting out, literally like we're all gynecologists. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you see it, right?
Yeah.
Well, although you don't see it.
Well, no, I've seen it and that's not on mine.
Yes.
But trust me, went off on it because
you did. Okay, good.
I've also done like a real.
So you know it exists.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I think this bullshit because it's like there's over sexualization that's like crazy, and they're not getting or some of these gifs and memes that like from videos and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're like mini porn.
Yes. I don't even look. I click on cupcakes. I click on puppies. I click on one cheek.
It's all cheeks.
Yeah, it's all cheeks.
If I click on one thing, that's all my Explore page will be. I saw like a haircut video. I clicked it, and now my whole thing is haircut videos.
But okay, so I'm just saying, like, I just think it's crazy that you're having an issue because I just see so much stuff. I don't like fights. I clicked on one fight. I see a lot of fights. I try to get rid of that. I look on robbery scenes. I see a lot of that now. I don't mean to. So maybe I have to reset my algorithm. But
yeah, I don't know how to reset it.
But I feel like I look at way more robberies and stuff than I do other stuff, and I get other stuff that I don't click on as much.
I don't know what's going on.
So what I'm saying is it's bullshit that you're banned.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I had not a lot of followers anyways on TikTok, but
on Instagram.
Instagram, I'm good. TikTok, I'm out.
Yeah. What's your Instagram following?
Bad. I'm struggling. I'm trying so hard.
What do you have, like 10,000?
No, I'm at like almost 6,000.
It's okay. Build it up.
I'm trying to stay positive. I'm pivoting. I'm working hard, but I haven't caught on yet.
You know what? You just got to grind.
Yeah.
And you got to love it.
Yeah.
You got to love the game. You got to love doing what you do. And just as long as you can try to get by doing it, it will hit. It just takes time. You have to be consistent, but you have to love it.
I love it.
You know what I mean? You have to love expressing yourself. You have to love going on stage and being vulnerable and talking about something crazy. You have to love, you know, I mean, I was thinking about this. It's such a brave, comedians are such a mixed bag because we are so confident that we have to go on stage and say, look at us, listen to us. We have something you need to hear, but yet so insecure that we need you to validate us.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
And it's like a person that you can see having a killer set, will feel like a king, you'll feel great. If they have an offset, that greatness turns into such withering. Oh
yeah.
And when I was broke, I would be ruined until my next set. Mm-hmm. I would go and I would bomb, and my day would be fucked because I'm like, what am I doing? I have no life. Like if I can't make people laugh, like I don't know what else I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna fucking survive. And then I would just go to the next show, and once I would get a couple laughs, I'd be like,
right?
And I was so delusional. There's also a huge delusion with comedians. Like, for me, I just needed the tiniest bit of validation. And I'm like, okay, I'm on the right path. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so I had the right amount, and I had nothing else in my life. I tell people that, like, this is not a hobby. You know, Madonna has some great quotes. Ralph's Supermarket used to sell a lot of books, and I'd read a lot of books in the aisles when I was really broke. And Madonna had one of the greatest quotes I've ever read. She said, when people ask you what's your fallback plan, she's like, I don't know. I never had one because would you ask a lawyer who's trying to be a lawyer if his fallback plan is trying to be a doctor?
Yes.
She's like, it takes 29 hours in a day to be a global icon. Like, and it's true. It's like, it's disrespectful to the art. It's disrespectful to the life. It's a life of uncomfortability, but it's a life where you will have nothing. So that's why I tell people you have to love it. And the game has changed. The game has changed. So you can create and be and do what you want. And it's just about getting to the eyeballs. It's getting it to the people that roll with you. But, you know, there is no gatekeepers. And there are some, but they're not like, here, Mandy. Here's a chocolate bar.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? It's more like you make your own chocolate bars now. And it just shows you that's how disrespected the art is because of like people like when they would say you have a fallback plan. There's no fucking fallback plan.
I've never answered that question.
Yeah.
There is, like when my parents would ask, not that they're all always been supportive, but they have asked that. And I said, that's not a thing. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but it's like they just want you to be safe or something.
Yeah.
It's like there is no safety anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no jobs. They say I can go down the rabbit hole. With AI, I mean, are you familiar with AI, correct?
I have used ChatGPT.
There you go. Well, that's just the beginning. We're in the earliest of stages.
It's wild.
So people are going to go beep. And so, I don't know. I went off on a rant. But what I'm trying to say is you have to love it. Do what you love.
Yeah.
And you enjoy it. Like right now. Like this is just chill. Fuck, I just knocked my coffee down.
It's okay.
No, I didn't spill it though. But, it's just, you know, it's just, it's a wild time. It's a great time. Do what you love. I always tell that. My first agent told me that. I had no money. He took me on. He said, do what you love and the money will follow.
Yeah. Yeah. This is I'm feeling inspired.
Really?
Guess what? I'm at my 10-year stand-up mark.
When?
Last December was.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you start in,
Started in Florida.
That's amazing. 10 years.
But then it's like, now I get it. Because I'm like, I still have so much more to do. But then if you think about the progress, but man, it takes a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's everyone's path is different. You know, I think it's good that you started in another city because I started here. And, I think you become better. Some of the best comedians I know started in other cities and then they had 2 or 3 years and they come here and they're just better. You know what I mean? So when you hit on open mic or something, you're like, boom. One of my, best friends, who's an amazing comedian by the name of Flip Schultz. He started in a place called Uncle Funny's. It's a different part of Florida in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, nice.
And he was like the house MC for like 3 years. But when he came out to LA, he was so like, because he is a house MC. So I think that's a huge advantage of starting out in another city.
Yeah, the time.
But it is. I mean, you can do a lot of things. I mean, I didn't know to turn this into a fucking TED Talk, but
That's great.
it's I would tell you, I don't know anything, but I would say just build your name up, build your brand. And if you look at someone like Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast? Mm-hmm. So Mr. Beast was like a YouTuber. Now he's like this brand ambassador. He's the biggest thing online.
Yeah.
And he's just blown the whole idea of what it's like to be. I would call it. He's an industry. He's much more than a YouTuber and an influencer. But he just became a trusted brand, and then he sells anything from merch to chocolate. I mean, he gives away tons of money. He does all this incredible stuff with people that were blind, and he's incredible. He does cars, but he has sold hamburger. I mean, he has sold so many different products, and people buy them because they trust him. And I think that's what we're in the game now. We can be great artists, you can be great actress, be a great comedian, but if you build the trust with your audience, you can sell them stuff. Sell them. I said sell them.
I gotta sell them. You're gonna become our fans, and we're gonna sell you away.
Like hoodies.
Yeah, and hoodies. Oh.
Went down the rabbit hole, Mandy.
Oh, I really needed that. Thanks for saying all that. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot more I could tell you later.
Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate you doing it.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you guys for watching.
Mm.
All right. Bye.
You're gonna ask me my socials?
Oh my God, I totally forgot. I got so inspired. I was like thinking about all that. I always go, do you want anything to plug? I'm so
Just
sorry.
go to cjamiekenny.com. No, I don't care. It's funny though.
No.
She's like, okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
No, wait, do you want to say?
Bye. I have a movie to promote. What? Bye.
No. Sorry, we're out of town. Thank you though. No, wait, seriously though, is there anything you want to plug?
No. JamieKenny.com. Follow your dreams. Much love to you.